How's it going, ladies and bruises up? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to Danganronpa THH. We've got a murder scene to investigate. Presumably. We have no idea who it even is, but there's bits of them everywhere, so let's start picking them up, I guess. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out who it is for sure. If it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about this body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails, and they're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. And she's got a wolf tattoo on her hand. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burnt, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. Never seen anything like it before. Cool. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? I don't know. You tell me. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece of it left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. As you would expect it to be if you threw a bucket of water on it. Yeah. Since only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? I don't know. Why do you keep talking like that, you big weirdo? Can we do anything with the head? I guess not. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. What is it? The knife? There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. It's lucky the knife didn't fly out when it got exploded and hit someone. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma files said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? Of course it's the one that was in your room. That's it. This is the knife that person was holding. Oh my god. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me that night, they were holding that knife. And that's the same knife used to stab that masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked I was in some kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then I... And if it really is Kyoko, what do you mean Kyoko is the one who attacked me? But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. There's no ruling out anything, really. Hina? Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked? You know, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And also the knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Gakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it. Ah, yeah, if it went right through her, then she probably wasn't killed here. Thanks, that was a real big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot better too. So thank you too. So who does the body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not going to look. I don't want to faint anymore. Good point. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
Serious?
I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock, as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. Had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. It's So I think I can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Well, you know, he's the idiot of the group. Not that Hina is over-furnished in the brain department. Good time, Makoto, I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct, I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hira's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, and Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? Seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's... really bad, isn't it? Yes. Very bad. Is that us? Okay, there's more here apparently. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. The room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Hey, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably take a look into that. Could be related to the case. The tarp is wet and covered in mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something that bothers me. The only thing in here that concerns me... Oh, that's the only thing that concerns me, okay. Alright, what else is there? The chicken coop. Gotta be. I remember there's some chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4? One's missing. What's going on, Makoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? There are only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Don't freak out. It's so weird. I wonder where it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Okay. What else could there be to look at? The big flower? The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case. Okay. No. Okay, yep. Are we done then? Not quite. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. It's set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively could not be changed. Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 every morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30. I think I've checked everything I need in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. She said she had amnesia. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I'll simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. What? Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. I didn't have a choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow the key again. What the f... I just clicked on Byakuya, didn't I? That was super weird. Hey, Byakuya? If you come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take the risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that'd be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Fight me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? In the meantime, I should go look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. I wish you would stop saying that, because I don't know where that one area is. I guess I'll bring you back when I do figure out where that one area is. Maybe in the gym? Guess we'll try the gym. I've been running around this whole school. We've got 4 floors now. Maybe the broken Monokuma, perhaps. Who knows? Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it would be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments I found in the garden. We figured that. But that was the bomb they used in the body. I've checked everything I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Oh my god. That is a long walk, gee. Okay. We're nearly back. And we're back. Alright, we're back in the garden. Let's talk to Byakuya. Hopefully he'll give us the key now. Maybe? You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Oh, wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried off after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. We haven't been in many of these rooms yet. So this is Kyoko's room. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers are those traditional public bathhouses used for lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, no, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something at the dojo this key might go to. The dojo? Oh my god, we're going back to the 5th floor? Are we done here then? Here's your bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned. Are you being weird? Are you being creepy? Don't be creepy. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. She can't even get into her room now. I doubt it. I think it'd be wise to look around a bit more. Okay. At what exactly?
What?
You want to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete? Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? The bed sheet's stupid. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78, Student Registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine. I'll tell you, it was a key and blank blank blank. That's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I didn't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay? I made an effort to pull myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. I thought she was the ultimate despair. She showed an interest in the military from childhood, and soon found herself completely absorbed into it. In elementary school, she won a survival game, tournament, and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She had a wolf. The dead body had a wolf tattoo on their hand. Fenrir the wolf? So, it must be her, right? She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, but she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Okay. I think that proves that Mukuro is the dead body. The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group, so that must be a mercenary group tattoo. This doesn't feel real, and that's why her body was covered in old wounds. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction, the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then... I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. It's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumour I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you. What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
You found a profile? So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me.
Come on now.
I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organisation and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't be complaining about how unfair it all is, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting you had may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding, are you saying?
in other words...
That's right, we weren't actually 15
yes,
of you.
indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16 then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Well, because Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Make sense?
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I'm gonna get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars so she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Monokuma's account, that's weird. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about it. What is now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember how Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student
That's
here.
right.
Obviously, Monokuma is trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to this game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said it proves that Mukuro is connected to the case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make it part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikisaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behaviour makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
In other words,
Mukuro is giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you said it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. If Mukuro isn't the killer, then Kyoko's the killer. I shall find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Are you coming? Yes. There are wooden lockers here. These wood block keys, just like those super traditional public bathhouses. Sorry, I can't read today again. It looks like I can never read actually. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go into one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, you see the locker furthest to the east, to the right?
Very strange.
That's the one that doesn't have the key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in the locker.
That's
right. Well, just try it. Okay. I took the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Arrows? There are arrows in here? Looks like 10 arrows in total. And some bloody something. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong, despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this is used for. It's covered in blood anyway. Is that a blood stain?
See.
If it is, that means we can. It's surely related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow. How can it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Makura was part of? And how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something like that? At the library. Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info the general public doesn't have access
Let's
to.
go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Actually, since I'm the one that's going to get killed if we don't. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Yakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf at the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How'd you make it all the way through high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. I know I can't. Well, whatever, I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep from revealing the many state secrets they've acquired. Some, however, believe that there was a mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Yeah, the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad gets a tattoo on the back of their hand of a wolf. We'll get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean... Yeah. Okay.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural
Such a fucking
phenomena.
weirdo.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
I'd rather not.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
I figured.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Then the time has come. All we can do is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
Right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Alright, well, we'll start the class trial at the beginning of the next one. Obviously, it's going to run a couple of episodes at least, because these things, they go on, and we really don't know much about it, except that the dead body is probably Makoto Ikusaba, because of the tattoo. But other than that, no idea. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.